Be a part of Going In Raw today at patreon.com/Steve and Larson. Starting at $1 a month, you can enjoy Going In Raw ad-free, gain access to the daily 30-minute Going In Raw post show, exclusive merchandise, and so much more. Support Going In Raw today. Click the link in the description.
Boys and girls, this is the Undisputed Era. Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong, and you're listening to Going In Raw, baby.
What's up, it's your girl, Sasha Banks, the legit boss, and you're watching Going In Raw. You like that?
This is Shayna Baszler, and you're watching Going In Raw.
What's up? This is the most must-see WWE superstar of all time and his lovely, gorgeous wife,
Marie.
and you are going in Smackdown Live.
This is the glorious one, Bobby Roode, and you're watching Going In Raw.
Hey guys, this is Charlotte, and you're watching Going In Raw.
What's up? It's the moonwalking, trash talking princess of Staten Island. I want to remind you all that Mela is money, and you're watching Going In Raw.
Hi, this is Shinsuke Nakamura. Shinsuke watching Going In the Raw.
This is the knockout artist, Cassius Ohno, and you're going in Raw.
Hey, Friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
Yeah, welcome back to Going In Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you need to be listening to right here at youtube.com/Steve and Larson, and available wherever fine podcasts are. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and the notify bell next to it just to make sure you're always getting your new Going In Raw content.
You got that right.
We've also got that new community tab thing. Well, it's not really new now. We have the community tab where we post polls and info. We notify y'all when we're doing stuff like our live streams on Twitch. By the way, this Friday at 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern.
Yeah.
Best of the Super Friendos 2018 Part 2. 16 competitors.
Yes.
8 from the fun you've chosen as potential fun wrestling.
8 prospective fun wrestlers, 8 prospective Steve W wrestlers. Mm-hmm. 2 sides of the bracket. At the end, in the finals, will be 1 prospective Steve W talent versus 1 prospective fun wrestling talent. Whoever wins gets a contract with their respective promotion.
Let me ask you something. Is Jacked Potato part of the tournament pool?
You got to wait and find out.
Really? You're not even going to let us know if Jacked Potato's
No,
there?
it's called building anticipation, man.
Ooh. Inside sources say yes. Jacked Potato might very well be.
Could be.
Unless an injury happens between now and then. Unless somebody decides to make a luscious, loaded baked potato and eat it out of Jacked Potato.
Maybe.
So that's a potential thing. So this Friday, 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern at twitch.tv/Steve and Larson. Come check it out. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're also available on the Patreon at patreon.com/Steve and Larson. We have a variety of reward tiers. You would be absolutely surprised at how far $1 a month goes to help support Going In Raw. In fact, at the $1 mark, you get, for one thing, a shout out. And I'm going to shout out the new patrons from the last 24 hours. Steven Treto, Jose Martinez, James Frankenberry, Richard, War Machine MJ, and Samantha Delage. Those are the new patrons. Thank you so much for your support. It really does go a long way. In addition, the $5 a month tier, you get access to our Monday through Friday bonus episode that we've called Overrun, which it still doesn't have a little title card for it.
Well, it'll happen.
It'll happen. But yesterday, we did our first segment for Truth Exposed on Overrun. I found a video that it was a slideshow of various real or fake aliens caught on film, and then we decided which were real and which were fake. Spoiler alert, I thought the vast majority of them are real. You thought they were all fake.
All fake.
Wow. So that's just part of the
That's
fun.
the dynamic you can expect on future episodes of Truth Exposed.
Exactly. I wonder what it's going to be. Will Larson ever think any of it is real?
Fake.
Wow, already.
Yeah.
I saw me and Bama watched a really terrifying ghost compilation thing yesterday.
Oh, yeah?
And there's some pretty convincing ghosts.
Fake.
Well, we're going to find out next week.
I want to see
for
that
sure.
One. I want to see that
We're going to find out for sure next
because
Tuesday.
I've seen a lot of the ghost shows.
Yeah.
And while they might be entertaining, I'm not outruling the idea of ghosts existing. Mm-hmm. I've seen very few pieces of really compelling evidence in my estimation.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know the science behind EVPs and all that stuff.
Here's the thing. I've literally seen a ghost in real life when I was 10 years old.
You're at a haunted house. Maybe someone's just really good at their job.
No. I saw one, and even I don't really believe in them. However,
ghosts.
I'm open to thinking that they might exist.
Ghosts, real or fake?
I gotta say fake, but I've seen one, so I'm like a walking contradiction.
It
man.
is. People are complex, man.
I'm a very complex individual, Larson. Anyways, so yeah. Anyways, and then also at the friendomarket.com. At friendomarket.com, we still have a bunch of great deals. We've restocked some Slayist shirts. They're available Slayist. Like a Dog shirts, although we're out of like 3XLs for Like a Dogs, I think.
Oh.
But yeah, we got lots of good stuff over there. Check that out. In a nutshell.
Oh, that was a fun episode of Smackdown last night.
Here's the thing, man. I made the title of this episode
5 Things Raw Can Learn from Smackdown.
I don't actually have 5 things, but we're going to come up with 5 things.
Well, I wouldn't expect you to come up with 5 things by yourself. This is a partnership. We should come up with them in a collaboration.
I'm sorry. I should have clarified. We are not prepared.
No, but that's the spontaneity of the show. We got to come up with these, but I don't think that's hard.
It's not. I can come up with 10 off the top of my head.
Well, when you said this is what I had for the title of the show, I said, oh, the first thing is character. Everything on SmackDown is focused on character, whereas on Raw, it just seems like everything on there is focused on how the twists and turns they want to do with the story. Character be damned. 2 weeks apart, Dean said the Shield is being punished for their past deeds. This week, I'm proud of what the Shield did.
Mm-hmm.
Well, which one is it, Dean?
Yeah.
There's no consistency of character there.
So character can actually be an umbrella for all sorts of things.
Yeah.
Because number one, there is like what you just said, the consistency of character. There's also the motivations of characters. 1 week, Drew McIntyre, for example, seems to be Baron Corbin's henchman. The following week, he's like Alpha Dog again.
Yeah.
So over on SmackDown, there is no lack of consistency there. The motivations go from week to week. They feed into each other week to week to week to week. It goes on a natural progression, and it makes sense.
You know why that is? Because I believe whoever's doing creative over on SmackDown has vision.
Yeah.
Vision.
Yeah.
They have a plan, and barring injury or something, a huge change in course, I think, for example, this time was Daniel Bryan winning the title, changed some things around, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But by and large, they have a vision of where they want their stories to go, and they follow through on it for the most part. We don't see that on Raw.
Yeah.
It seems like on a whim, things could go a completely different direction.
Brandon Davis here in chat mentioned, but Raw's beating SmackDown every week in the ratings. Here's the thing.
Well, not by much.
Number one, Raw just literally posted its worst rating. Was it ever?
I saw a record low, but I also didn't seem like it was the worst for the year. So I don't know where they're tabulating these things. It was down, I think, 3 or 9% from last week.
Yeah, and I mean, I think
but then the third hour was up. It was the first hour that was really down.
Yeah, it was 2.196 in the third hour. So I'm number one. If I do believe if the creative is better, the ratings will get better, and SmackDown kind of rises and falls as Raw does, because if people watch on Monday and they get super disenfranchised, whether they get super,
they're not going to watch on Tuesday.
They're not going to watch on Tuesday.
No way.
People still don't have the separation going. I believe, and I think I've seen plenty. Like there had literally been people, when we mentioned this before, in our comments on Twitter that sort of echo the same sentiment. They say, yeah, I was so annoyed with Monday that I just didn't tune in Tuesday, even though they do seem to be completely different entities.
Yes.
But I think I kind of believe that if the creative on Raw is good, the ratings will be better. And the ratings over on SmackDown will rise because it's the rising tide, whatever.
There's that, but there's also the perception that Raw is the A show, is the flagship show for WWE.
Yeah.
So it gets the benefit, I think, from viewers thinking, well, if I got to watch one WWE show a week, it's going to be Raw.
And they still, I mean, by virtue of that's where Ronda is, that's where Brock is, they still treat it like it's the flagship show. Like there is the perception, it's longer. There's the perception that that's the show we should be watching. That's what they have put out there. That's what they have ingrained into our heads. That's the one we should be watching. I mean, if I had to choose one thing to watch every week, it'd be NXT. It wouldn't even be on the radar of cable TV.
Yeah.
But Raw is what they have put all their marketing muscle behind. So yes, the ratings will always be better than SmackDown, or at least until the Fox deal, in which case things might change drastically.
Yeah, they might.
So the ratings aren't really indicative of which one is better creatively, and that's what we're talking about here.
Yes. Another thing on SmackDown that I feel like they tend to do better than Raw, at least of late, is that when there's a surprise, it's satisfying, and they follow through on it.
Yeah. So that's like what, 3 things, 2 things?
Well, there's character, There's
Here's another one
surprise thing, and then the one I said before that.
Here's another one that's kind of smaller. They have really creative uses of leaving the arena.
Yeah.
Like Samoa Joe, especially, whenever he jaunts off on a field trip, if he goes to AJ Styles' house, that was really fun. That was entertaining.
Well, I thought last night, just when the show ended with AJ Styles and a heel hook.
Yeah.
That was great.
Yeah. But like at the bar,
yeah,
Samoa Joe's at the bar. That's great too.
Yeah,
who's tending bar? I had no idea.
He poured a really good beer. There was there was the perfect amount of head on that beer.
Yeah. Well, yeah, man.
There was about that much.
Once you're a certain age, you have to know how to pour a good beer.
No,
on
I
the
know.
Tap,
Do you?
You can't just. What do you mean? Do I?
Do you know how to pour a good beer on tap? You just said at a certain age. Okay, I'm just curious.
Yeah. Do you?
I've never poured a beer from a tap before.
Really?
So I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Well, no, you hold the glass
Sometimes
at a certain angle.
If it's a Boddington, you got to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I know when you pour a beer from bottle into the glass, you got to hold both at an angle. Otherwise, the head's going to be too much. Yeah.
Same concept, really.
All right, just curious.
So, anyways, I had no idea though. He moonlighted as a bartender.
I didn't know that either.
Interesting. Yeah.
Imagine Joe would be a great bartender. He seemed like he'd be a really good listener.
Yeah. Probably.
And have some good jokes.
Have some really good jokes, some good stories. He would remember your name too.
Yes, exactly.
That's the thing about Joe. He'd remember your name.
Joseph McGinnis here in chat asks, is Samoa Joe joining the bar?
How do I ban Joseph?
No, that's funny.
How do I ban him? Nah, Joe's great. Anyways, so yeah, SmackDown in a nutshell. Look, man, it was awesome again.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah.
It's just consistently
here's
really good.
Here's another thing.
Number 4.
This is 5, I think. Historically speaking, SmackDown has booked its women's division, and they made a point of saying this last week when the entire division was out there, and they all said we won the title shot. I mean, Becky, she's at the top.
Sure.
She is the man.
Yeah.
And granted, Charlotte and Asuka, they're operating at another tier as well.
They're tier 2, yeah.
But then beyond that, there's not a whole lot of difference between anybody else.
Yeah, I know.
I don't feel like in the women's division on SmackDown, there's a loser's locker room.
Right, on Raw, it's clear. It is
Yes.
crystal clear. It
Yes.
is Alicia Fox, Mickie James, Dana Brooke.
Yes. It's basically whoever Alexa Bliss is aligning herself with.
Yes.
Yes.
Exactly.
And that's not the case on SmackDown.
You're right.
I mean, I think it was Mandy Rose made a point last week saying any of us, or was it Naomi? Can't remember. They replayed, I think, last night. Said any of us is capable of being SmackDown Women's Champion, and that's true. Because pretty much all of them have been at one point. Not all of them, but a majority of them have at one point.
Yeah.
And there's a great amount of depth there in the SmackDown Women's division, and they really highlight the entirety of the division more often than not, and usually do it pretty darn well.
There isn't really. We've talked about this a little bit before, but at this point, I don't consider I think there's like maybe one person in the SmackDown loser locker room, and that's Ty Dillinger.
Yeah, but he's not in there now because he's hurt.
Oh, okay, well, good. He got out. It's empty.
Yeah.
Right? It's empty.
Feels that way.
In the tag division, you've got 3 great tag teams. Oh, you got the club.
Who's never on TV, but they're a great tag team, too.
They're a great tag team. They kind of flirt with the loser locker room, though.
Yeah.
Oh, and then the Colognes. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
They are the losers
That's
locker
a loser
room.
locker room. But again, they're hardly ever on TV.
We saw the Usos, they went to the bowels of the arena, and we saw the losers locker room there.
Yeah.
Colognes, Club, Sanity.
Kind of. But again, they're never on TV.
Yeah. So anyways, we're going to talk about the Dynamite Kid on Friday, I believe, right?
Yeah, I guess so. We can do that.
Makes sense. I mean, it's sad. He died. It's sad.
He was relatively young. He was only 60, I think.
He was a mess.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, he was a mess.
Well, he tore up his back pretty bad in the 80s and
Yeah.
tried to continue wrestling and then just couldn't anymore.
That's rough.
Yep.
So we'll talk about him on Friday.
But quite the innovator, that Dynamite Kid.
Absolutely. Let's talk. I'll do some of these super chats.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I'll hop into the Discord and see if anybody tagged us here.
First, Jeffrey and Wynn. Takeover G1 Supercard Mania. Raw after is real. Sounds like a WrestleMania schedule for Jeffrey there. We got one retracted, $2.99. Thank you.
Those are my favorites.
Michael Forbes. Women's tag finisher you want to see.
Oh, a woman's doomsday device.
Yeah, that's good. I ain't got anything better.
Woman's, what's the revivals? No, what's the club?
Shatter Machine.
What's the club?
Magic
Magic
Killer.
Killer. Yeah. Those are both great names, Shatter Machine and Magic Killer.
They are. I like the Shatter Machine. I think it's a good move. Joe Juarez. Best way to get booed, drop a hippie/vegan promo.
Seems like it, man.
Yeah. Sam Monsky, Bryan Danielson is making us vegans very proud. Meat is nasty and unhealthy anyways. Have a great show, guys.
Wow.
Astros J5. I sent you guys the clip of AJ Styles blowing up Seth Rollins' spot, saying that he is very hurt by Becky calling herself the man. Your thoughts? I didn't see that.
I watched a little bit of it. It was funny. It was just like a Becky and AJ Styles. I don't know what it's from, but I don't know. It was cute.
Happy Anderson. What's more likely to exist, ghosts or aliens? Aliens.
Oh, aliens.
Aliens.
Oh, by far. They do exist.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, we didn't see them the other day, but...
Well, no, we saw several.
No, they're all fake.
I'm telling you, man, Harry Reid.
No, I believe him.
Saw that shit.
I believe him. I do think aliens exist. I didn't think we saw any of them in that video.
But if they came to Earth, if they've come to Earth as Harry Reid claims, why is it none of those? We saw like 20, 30 aliens.
I think a lot of people have plenty of incentive to create fake alien footage because they think it'll benefit them. I mean, someone did a fake Bigfoot video.
Alex C wants to know what kind of beer. You're more the beer aficionado of the two of us. What beer is the mainstay at Joe's Bar?
That's a good question. See, I feel like he would have something for everybody because you could have your Budweiser, you can have your Coors.
Yeah.
He may not recommend it, but he knows that's what people would enjoy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
But then he also has, top shelf stuff, so to say.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Because I feel like he enjoys the finer things in life. So he has some like St. Bernardus Abbott 12, best beer in the world.
Yeah, I don't know if he's too foo-foo with his beers, though, man. I don't know if he's elitist level. He probably likes just a good sort of mid-level, like a Stella or something,
Yeah, he probably offers that.
Yeah. I think that's probably what he likes, though. We'll have to hit him up and ask him.
Yeah, for sure.
Anything else?
Robert Lawback. What does it tell us that WWE thinks believing in climate change and getting vaccinated are heelish things to do?
I love it.
I saw someone else mention this, too.
I think it's awesome.
Fiend Kicks. Remember that Almas hasn't been on TV in 109 days. Wait, he had a match against Ray that was less than 3 months ago. Right? He was on SmackDown.
Like 2 weeks ago?
Well, at least a month ago, no more than that.
Really? My goodness.
All right.
Maybe it's been 109 days.
Well, that's 3 months. That's more than 3 months.
That make any sense?
No, it doesn't make any sense.
Why do I have the Raw cap up?
I don't know. Show started off with a recap of all that happened the prior week in the women's division between Becky, Charlotte, then the rest of the women's division. Battle Royal. Asuka wins it. Leading into the first segment, contract signing for the women's TLC match at TLC. First introduced, I believe, was Asuka.
Mm-hmm.
Was it Justin?
No, that was me. Hold on. Probably get it right now. Yep, got it right here.
Charlotte, then Becky. Bunch of good trash talk.
Mm-hmm.
And I really like how Becky will engage in it, but at the end acts like she's well above the fray.
Yeah.
She is the man.
She sort of just like needling people, and then she sits back and chuckles to herself.
Yeah,
I
and
like that too.
then Charlotte and Asuka start going back and forth. Becky just says, all right, sign the contract, and she bounces. She's out of there.
Mm-hmm.
And then Charlotte and Asuka just continue to talk crap to each other.
Mm-hmm.
It was great. Charlotte signs contract. Asuka signs contract, and then challenges Charlotte to a match. Right as she does that, she's interrupted by Sonya Deville, Mandy Rose. I really like they're giving Sonya and Mandy a high-profile spot.
Sonya tweeted out yesterday that her first match in wrestling was only 3 years ago.
That's crazy.
Isn't that awesome?
The ground-based kind of counter stuff that her and Asuka was doing last
really
night
good.
was really good.
I know. It suited her really, really well. Anyways, Mandy makes the case that they're taking the initiative. They took Paige's words to heart last week, asking for fire and passion. She said, we're bringing that. She said, how is it Charlotte and Asuka there are even going to make it to TLC if they're not able to make it to TLC because they get beat up first? Something like that. And Paige says, right on. We'll do a match then, a tag team match right now. Charlotte and Asuka versus Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. And like you said, this was a lot of fun. Sonya Deville and Asuka had some really, really good stuff.
Yeah.
I loved the booking of Asuka in this, though. The whole, Charlotte's doing a bunch of stuff, and then Asuka. I don't know. I loved it. I thought that it would have been so easy to sort of go down the route of Asuka. They were playing up the every woman for themselves thing. Mm-hmm. And Asuka really sticking it to Charlotte, I thought was really, really great. Too, they could have gone a much more boring route.
Yeah. And during the opening promo, Charlotte made a point of talking trash to Asuka, saying, I was the one that destroyed your mystique when I beat you at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And you haven't really done anything since then.
Mm-hmm.
And it fed into the every woman for themselves aspect, because I think Asuka was like, oh, I'll show you there's still Mystique. Because Asuka came out just exuding charisma and character.
Yeah.
And doing all sorts of great mat-based stuff with Sonya Deville. It was fantastic. Before the match started, though, the brief moment backstage where Shane was just hanging out with the World Cup. Miz comes to him and says, why is Daniel Bryan on Miz TV tonight? And Shane says, well, it's Miz TV. It's a must-see segment. And then Shane said something around the trophy that Miz objected to, and Miz covered the trophy's ears.
This is actually going to bum me out if we get the Miz versus Shane McMahon at Mania at this point. I really like them as a team. I want them to be friends.
I know.
You know what I mean?
I know. The dynamic's fun.
I kind of don't want Miz to go, because Miz is obviously straying deep into tweener territory right now.
Yeah.
In his own sort of nerdy way.
Yeah, well, I mean,
because tweeners, you're usually like anti-authoritarian.
He's going to turn face. Well, during the Miz TV segment, his face turn was essentially trying to get Daniel Bryan to confirm that his heel tactics work, which is an interesting route to take.
I know. It's like, wait a second.
And then even after that, when AJ comes in, you can justify Miz doing what he did just to protect himself.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
AJ was in there, but at the same time, he was helping Daniel Bryan out.
Yeah.
It's a weird dynamic, an interesting dynamic, and I like it.
I know,
different.
Me too.
It's all based on character.
It's felt so organic and like natural because he's still the Miz. He's not all of a sudden, hey, I love everybody.
Yeah.
You know, he'll still check people, and he still does the kind of thing where he gets surprised that people cheer him.
Yeah.
Which I love that.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I love the dynamic between him and Shane.
Oh yeah.
It would bum me out if that turned into like just Miz going back to being a heel. I really like where they're going with him right now.
Agreed.
Let's see here. At that point we had the actual match between Mandy and Sonya Deville versus Charlotte and Asuka.
At one point, Becky walks down to ringside, takes a seat to enjoy the rest of the match. Towards the end, Charlotte.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot. Like, they set up the match. They had a commercial break. They
Becky
had Shane
leaves.
Miz.
Becky leaves only to come back later.
And then, like, finally they start the match. That was the one thing I was wonky. I was like, man, usually when they say we're going to do this right now, they do it right now.
Yeah, I know.
And it took them forever to get to it.
Charlotte was involved in a bit of a scrum with, I think, Mandy Rose on the apron. Yes, it was Mandy. So she hits her off. Mandy hits her. Asuka pulls her off the apron, hits her face. Charlotte turns around, delivers a boot, thinking it's Mandy. Instead, it's Asuka. Sonya Deville tries to roll Charlotte up. Charlotte reverses to a roll-up of her own. Asuka comes running in, gives her a sliding, shining wizard.
Yeah, that was cool.
And then Sonya pins her for the win.
Yeah. So Sonya Deville got a pin on Charlotte 3 years after her first match. That was
pretty great.
Man. That's awesome. Good for her.
That's
She
great.
seems like a hard worker.
Heck
Both
yeah.
her and Mandy Rose. Man.
Heck yeah, man.
I think they're great. After that, we had Xavier Woods, Cesaro, and Jey Uso all in a triple threat match. Of course, all their tag teams are going to be involved in a triple threat match at TLC. Is that correct? Do we know? Is that going to be a TLC match or just a straight up match?
They said every I think they said every member of each team was going to be in the ring. So
it's like a tornado thing?
I guess so. I mean, to believe it's a TLC match, but they didn't. I remember them saying in so many words that it was a TLC match.
Maybe Chad has it. Anyways, this is a fun match, and it
Heck yeah.
ended with a clean finish. I
Yeah.
kind of figured
Yeah.
it'd be a scrum, but no.
No, it was
a clean
great.
finish. I forgot. It's SmackDown. We get clean finishes.
We get great matches, and then they are given time to breathe and develop into great matches.
The finish saw. We got the New Day at their own commentary table again.
Until Sheamus came by and dumped all the pancakes on, or Cesaro did, on the ground, and took the tabletop off.
Yeah.
New Day had some great looking new gear.
They always do. In any event, Jey Uso went over with a super kick.
Yeah, after
Cesaro,
that's a
is
nasty
that right?
super kick on Cesaro. They're like that spot where Cesaro had Xavier on his shoulders and did the swing with Jey. I know Tyler Bates done something similar in NXT, but that was still great. Still great. What are you looking at there?
So apparently, he had a. What was this?
What was this, Almas?
The Almas thing, yeah. Apparently somebody said, Ollie from Wrestle Talk said it had been 109 days.
Oh.
But what's this here?
That match against Ray? Yeah, November 13th. That's less than a month ago.
That was less than a month ago, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
all right. Next, Rusev interview.
They gave us a lot of time.
And it was great.
Yeah, this was all amazing.
He said his pecs are like wine barrels. His biceps are like Mount Fuji's. His traps are like double-decker Taco Supremes.
Yeah.
Man, it was good.
Yeah, the crowd was loving it. He was hilarious. And he was talking, of course, about Shinsuke Nakamura, the whole U.S. title thing. And he said he's firmly in face territory right now because he was talking about honor, tradition, something else. And he says, Shinsuke doesn't have any of those things. I do. I'm going to bring my title back. I like that he still calls it his title, too.
Yeah.
My title back to prominence. He's ducking me, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm going to do it on Rusev Day. So that's a lot of fun. Do we know is this match actually going to happen at some point?
I assume TLC.
Confirmed?
Yeah, I don't think it's officially been booked for TLC.
This is probably going to be a kickoff show.
Yeah, I would
then.
suspect.
Yeah, that's a bummer. I'd rather have that on SmackDown.
Oh heck yeah, maybe it will be. Who knows? Great promo though. Next, Lars Sullivan vignette, same one we saw on Raw.
Mm-hmm.
After that, Miz TV with Daniel Bryan. Before Daniel Bryan came to the ring, however, we had a dance break with R-Truth and Carmella. Probably your mixed match challenge winners.
That's number 6 thing that we can talk about really briefly. Little unexpected things like that. Little things to fit everybody in there, you know? Because I know they know that the dance break thing is like wildly over right now.
Yeah, it's popular, yeah.
Yeah, and so they find a way to get it in there, you know?
Even it only takes 8 seconds.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah.
Then Daniel Bryan comes down to the ring. And, man, heel Daniel Bryan is best Daniel Bryan.
It really is.
He's having so much fun. It shows.
New Daniel Bryan.
It shows. The way that he blew off the what chants.
I've never seen anybody he shut them down. He was able to shut them down. He said, you're chanting something stupid from 20 years ago. And
you're all sheep.
Yeah, and like he was able to shame them into stopping. I mean, there were still a couple idiots doing it, but there was an audible difference between before and after because they were doing it during Mandy Rose's promo, and it was just it is stupid. It's annoying at this point.
It is 20 years old.
And
be new.
Do something new.
Be new.
Exactly. Do new. So he shut them down. The thing about new Daniel Bryan, too, is that the dude looks like he wants to laugh half the time.
Especially when he's on commentary during the main event.
Yeah.
There's a couple times we actually had to cover his mouth up because I think he was laughing.
Yeah.
So throughout the segment, Miz wanted validation for Daniel Bryan, saying, I've been telling you for 8 years that you need to win at any cost. And it seems like you finally listened to me. And at one point, Miz has asked Daniel Bryan to say, this is a yes or no question. Did you learn these tactics from me, essentially? And at first, Daniel Bryan goes, yes, no, yes, no. What does it matter? He said, I kicked one person in the groin once. Well, he's completely ignoring that he kicked Brock Lesnar in the balls, too. Once. But that doesn't compare to the many sins that everyone here drinking from plastic water bottles, eating meat farmed at factory farms, destroying the planet, climate change. It was all great stuff. He had
methane gas.
Yeah, he had this great shirt with the heart plants growing out of it. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
He looked so comfy in his flannel and
I know.
and his cardigan.
I know.
It's great.
Yeah,
his posture's
it's all fantastic.
He kind of slouches now. It's so good.
Yeah, he slouches. His hair is just greasy. And at one point, he produces the side plates that have the Yes logos on them. And he produces them, and he said, the Yes movement is dead. I don't need these anymore. He throws them on the ground. He's got there's no even W. They're just empty
I hope
side
it stays
plate.
that way.
And it needs to stay that way.
Yep.
That's got to be his side plate right there. Is no side plate.
Exactly.
Because that's awesome.
So anyways, AJ comes down the ring, wanting a piece of Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan pushes Miz into him. He tries to escape. Every time he tries to go somewhere through the crowd, around the ring, whatever, AJ tracks him down. In the end, though, Miz hits the skull-crushing finale on AJ. So, I don't know, the way they're weaving in these three characters into this feud is interesting.
That's one thing. That's number 7, I guess.
Interweaving of narratives.
There was a time when SmackDown did this really well, like a year ago or something.
Yeah.
And they seem to have gotten back to that.
Tell me, man, it's just that Shane, Kevin Owens stuff.
Yeah, I know. It was a big turd.
Bogged down the whole show.
But they're doing a really good job again of weaving characters in and out.
Yep.
We sort of saw it a little while ago with Nakamura, Orton, and Jeff Hardy. Now we get it with Orton, Hardy, and Samoa Joe, AJ, The Miz, Daniel Bryan, and then you also have sort of Shane involved in the Miz stuff. So you've got some really good like interweaving of things going.
And it all makes sense.
And it all makes sense. It's all organic. It all makes total sense. The turns are also like far more interesting. You know, the Nakamura turn at Mania, the Daniel Bryan turn now, the Miz's sort of development into a tweener type character, which has been taking place over a long period of time. They all just are on much more solid ground as opposed to Dolph being a bad guy, Drew kicking him to the curb, and so now Dolph's going to be a good guy.
Yeah, there's no build to it whatsoever.
Yeah.
Next, Jeff Hardy versus Randy Orton for seemingly like the 15th time this year, but it's still a fun match.
Yeah, I know.
Before the match, Randy dropped a promo, picture-in-picture type deal. He has Ray's mask.
Maskers.
Maskers. Sinister, mean Randy is best Randy. Again, another fun match. At one point, Jeff hits a twist of fate, goes up for the swanton. Randy rolls out of the ring. Jeff slams Randy on the announce table, goes to top rope like he's going to do something crazy. And then who shows up on the Titantron?
Samoa Joe.
Bartender Joe.
On the set of Cheers, evidently.
And he goes on to deliver kind of a PSA about responsible drinking.
Yeah.
He says, why, you can have 2 of these, or you can have 14 and end up in jail. But he doesn't like the typical PSA voice.
It's such a the more you know.
Yeah.
One degree. Yeah.
No, the more you know.
Yeah.
With the star. Doon.
Yeah. It's exactly that, and it's fantastic. That distraction, of course, allows Randy Orton to hit an RKO on Jeff Hardy, picks up the win.
And Joe continues his PSA.
Exactly, and punctuates
It's
it.
great.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really good.
It was also announced after that next week we're going to have a rap battle between the Usos, the New Day, and Thebar. Wonder if Wale is going to be there to judge it like he was the previous one. That'd be great.
Yeah, it'd be neat.
And then we're getting a WrestleMania rematch, Asuka versus Charlotte. Asuka has to win this one, right? Either Asuka has to win or it's going to be a dusty finish or something.
Man, I don't know. They want to have Charlotte eat a pin right now.
She just ate one. Sonya Deville just pinned her.
Yeah, that's different. Well, I'm not. That's a shady pin. If Asuka wins, I mean, yeah. If they do like another shady thing, if Becky gets involved,
yeah, that could happen.
But
I kind of feel like Asuka needs to win.
Would that kind of spoil? So like, I feel like Asuka Charlotte 2 1-on-1 straight up, whenever it happens, needs to be kind of a special occasion.
Oh yeah, no, I agree with that.
And so that's why I was thinking like, if Asuka gets a pin on Charlotte, it might kind of muddy that idea a little bit. So I don't know. Maybe Charlotte will try to do the same thing she did to Ronda and just sort of, or maybe maybe get things kicked off with like a big old DQ and just start annihilating her to try to take her out for the match.
Could be
at TLC.
Entirely possible.
But hey, you know what? Maybe they'll give us 25 minutes and it'll be a freaking killer match.
Yeah, one can hope.
Yeah.
And then our main event, The Miz versus AJ Styles. Before the match started, backstage, Dana Bryan gave a brief interview, and I think Kayla asked him, so we saw you flee the ring when AJ came down. How come you hadn't left the arena yet? What was his response? I always have a plan.
He said, God damn it. I just watched it this morning. Yeah, no, he said everything I do has a purpose.
Yes,
that's what he said.
That's what it was. Then he joined the team for commentary and was gold the entire time. There's a couple times he had to cover his mouth because he was laughing.
Yeah, he was really giving Byron the business because Byron was trying. Corey was trying to learn. From the new Daniel Bryan
was laying into Bryan Saxon. Think of all I've seen how much meat you eat.
All the chicken you eat.
Oh, it was so good. So good. And then
you're a horrible person.
And he says, "Well, what will your daughter think when she sees that you kick people in the front area?"
Yeah.
And he says, "I hope she kicks every man in the groin. I hope she kicks 10 men in the groin, 100 men in the groin, 1,000 men in the groin.
Every man on the planet. I hope she kicks.
I hope she kicks you in the groin."
Yeah.
Byron. Oh, it was so good.
I like Corey Graves. Daniel, what do I do if a coworker of mine drives to work in an SUV that gets 6 to 10 miles per gallon, drinks a ton of water out of bottles, out of plastic bottles.
And throws them away before he drinks all the water. I hope you kick him in the groin.
I hope you kick him in the groin.
Oh, it was so good.
Oh man. Hey, that's number 8. Their commentating team seems to be having so much more fun.
Mm-hmm.
You know, man, I love Renee Young. I think she's great. Nothing on Raw will ever beat Booker T,
Oh, gosh,
Corey
no.
Graves, and Michael Cole.
gosh.
Because talk about dudes who like try. Nowadays, I kind of feel, I don't think it's necessarily the Renee Young entering the situation. I think Vince is in their ears maybe a bit more.
You know what it is? It's the Dean heel turn.
Yeah.
That's like that. It seems to have just set back any would-be chemistry that's going to happen between those three.
The material kind of sucks, too. Like, they're given crappy material to work with.
that's part of it, too.
And that's the thing. Back when Booker T was there, coincidentally, their creative was just a bit better.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
Whether it's vocalized or not, I feel like there's just...
Because Raw was pretty good back then. I think that was like around the time Braun and Roman had their thing.
Yeah, their feud.
And so, yeah, that was a lot of fun.
I just kind of feel like whether it's explicitly stated when they're actually basically interrogating Renee, what Dean's doing or otherwise, it just feels like there's a lack, kayfabe-wise, of trust between two of the three.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think there's... But I think there's that. There's also, I mean, you remember when Nigel McGuinness and Percy Watson were together, like had started out together.
Yeah.
And it was just way too chippy. And I feel like maybe they're just getting their chemistry.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You know, it's just like any relationship.
I think they'd develop that far quicker if they weren't constantly
you're right. Yeah.
Renee about
when they have to shoehorn
why is Dean doing this?
A story with commentary.
Why is Dean doing this?
Yeah.
You're married to him. You should give us some information.
Give us info.
And I like on this week, she just said, "You're not privileged to any information that happens at our house between man and wife."
Yeah,
that should shut it down right then.
Yeah,
it's not going to, but it should.
But you know, WWE is so annoying. They do like some shit where she's like, "Here's some HR paperwork" or something like that.
I know.
And just make a story out of it.
This Miz AJ Styles match that was really good.
Yes, it
Pace was great.
It was really good. My only complaint about it, man, what do you do when somebody keeps on kicking out of your finisher? Don't you have to get a new finisher? That skull-crushing finale is booked so weak.
I know.
And it should be booked a lot stronger.
I know, I agree.
Because there were 2 in here that AJ Styles kicked
Well,
out.
no, Miz gave him one the previous segment, but there's only one during the match.
I'm sorry. Oh, okay. Because commentary said it was the second one. I thought maybe I just wasn't paying attention.
No, there's only one during the match, but yeah, AJ did kick out, and then AJ puts Miz in the calf crusher. Miz taps out a little too quickly for my taste, but anyways, it was a really fun, well put together SmackDown match. AJ wins, and then seemingly as the bell rings, Daniel Bryan's in the ring giving AJ a chop block, and then he starts destroying AJ's leg around the ring post, and then dong, AJ goes headfirst into the ring post, dong, headfirst in the announce table, puts AJ back in the ring, heel hook. Let's go with that. Yes, kick to the head. A bunch of Danielson stomps.
That was good.
Just a bunch of them.
Yeah.
And then he rolls out of the ring, tells the ring announcer to announce the WWE champion, the new Daniel Bryan. Then he grabs the mic, drops the promo. Fickle. And the show ends with him putting the heel hook back on AJ Styles.
AJ's crying out, dude. He's like, get him off me!
Get him off me!
Get him off me!
Oh, so good.
Yeah, it was really
so
good. It was really good. Anyways, let's answer some questions. I got questions. You answer them immediately.
Oh, no, we got mail. Let's do mail first.
Oh, we got mail. Oh, you know what this is from? This is from the creator of the H title, the penultimate
Tommy Wiseau. Why are people posting Uno cards in Discord chat here?
I don't know. Discord's so weird.
I mean, Uno's a great game. Certainly isn't a draw 4. Letter.
I hope this is a gift certificate to
Outback Steakhouse,
Golden Corral,
Sizzler,
some local place near Tommy Wiseau that we can't. What the hell?
Whoa! Why is that there?
Thanks, Grandma. He's probably. We're probably gonna have to get him a shirt or something. Hi guys. One thing I've grown to appreciate is the positive take the two of you have for at your job. The work you do is fun, comedic, easygoing, and most importantly to me, relatable. Hearing daily the two of your positive takes on something where it can be so easy to view negatively has helped me be more positive too. Your podcast episodes are my daily reminder to look at things positively. I've been weaning away from WWE and looking more towards independent wrestling. As thanks, here are some shirts from a Shimmer show I went to.
Oh, cool.
I heard a rumor that there is a story behind the Veda Scott shirt. Shotzi Blackheart's shirt glows in the dark.
Nice.
And here's a shirt from my favorite wrestler, Hiroyo Matsumoto. Take care, Ultimate Tommy Wiseau.
Thank you, Tommy, so much.
Is that just Frito Burrito money?
I guess so.
I'm going to send him back something. If he's not asking for something, I'm going to send him something back.
Yes, we should.
Holy crap.
Yeah, this is an XL. So let's see which one Steve gets.
Oh, nice. Another XL. Oh, whoa. Look at
that's
me. Look at
cool.
that shit. That's rad. That's so cool. Man, it's so cool.
Veda Scott.
Oh, that's cool. Look at that one. You get that one. That's a large.
the glow in the dark one? Cool. I like glow in the dark stuff.
That one right there.
Oh, that's great.
Man, that is so cool. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Penultimate Tommy Wiseau.
That dude has added so much to the Going In Raw mythos.
Heck yeah, man. Thank you so much.
Here, dude.
Oh, wow.
We'll send him some stuff. We'll send him a nice care package.
Yes, we will.
It's been so good.
Yes. Do we have another one?
No, we have no more mail.
Oh, I thought there was one on the floor.
No, that's going out.
Oh, gotcha.
That is going out to
Gotcha.
somebody. So, yeah.
Josh Little. If WWE had an intergender tag division, what are 5 teams that would be in the division? He thinks Finn and Becky would be a great team. They would be a great team. However, I think if they were in intergender tag division, it would eliminate them from contention of top belts in their respective divisions.
No way, man. It could be like the Never 3-man titles in are the Never titles 3-man titles?
It's funny that you say no way, and then just yesterday I was like, tag team partners can totally go for singles titles, and you said no.
Oh, that's okay. No. Okay, this is my point. This is the caveat. Because they should treat the intergender tag division as kind of like a goof, like they do the Never titles in New Japan.
All right.
Who even has them right now? Do you even know?
I think the Bullet Club OGs have them.
Do they?
I think.
Really?
I thought so. They did it one point.
Nobody cares. Nobody knows. And that would be the point of these. It's just one more thing.
It's just fun.
Here's the thing. Not Finn and Becky. Seth and Becky.
Oh.
Give me Seth and Becky as
That'd
tag
be
team
good.
title
That would be
holders.
good.
That would be great. I'd be very happy with that.
Think of some other teams.
See, I like Bailey and Finn.
Yeah, they're in Mixed Match Challenge now.
Correct.
Yeah.
What was the question?
5 teams. So we have 2.
Okay, good.
AJ and Charlotte are really good.
Okay, my bad first. No Mixed Match Challenge teammates.
Okay. Fair enough. Adam Cole and Britt Baker.
Oh, that's good. Is she like officially in NXT?
No, I don't think so.
Zack Ryder and his lover, Chelsea
Green.
Or Chelsea Green and her lover, Zack Ryder.
Yes.
However you want to put it. To
Andrade
be appropriate.
Cien Almas and Zelina Vega.
Okay. I like this better. Zelina Vega and her lover, now husband,
Aleister
her
Black.
hubby,
Yes.
Aleister Black.
No, that makes sense too.
We'll have 3 many titles.
Well, potentially, if he has a singles title or she has a singles title.
She'll drive the ice cream van, and he'll be ready with the ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
Naomi and not her husband.
Oh, Jay.
Yes. What? This is perfect. I'm sure that'd be great. Cody Miles here wants to know if I can provide a ticket for Impact Homecoming, would you be down for a giveaway? Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Lucy the Beast fired yesterday at Going In Raw Rocks. Well, I'm sorry to hear you were out of a job.
Luis, that sucks.
That sucks.
Oh, my goodness.
Sorry
gracious.
about that.
Is it Luis or Luz? Oh, Lucy the Beast.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
Zionas
That sucks.
says Raw is poop, SmackDown fire.
Yeah, the most simple way to put it, and correct.
Josh Little. Ciampa versus Daniel Bryan. What an awesome dream match. That would be tops.
That'd
Aces.
be tops. That'd be aces. Top notch. Good question. Alex Foster. If you guys were wrestlers, which wrestlers would dislike you guys?
Probably all of them. I think, who are these podcasts who are trying to get in our business?
Oh, man, they'd hate us.
And they would drop us on our heads and all that kind of stuff.
They didn't pay their dues. Yeah, I'd get pile driven to hell, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no good.
On concrete, too. Aaron says, hypothetical, what if Vince is tanking Raw intentionally? I'm beginning to think this is the case. He can't be so impossibly out of touch if SmackDown is great. It's just not good business to tank your A show.
I honestly think. Look, here's the thing. It is so bad that I understand these conspiracy theories.
I do too.
I understand them. However, I honestly think that the direction that Raw is taking is a form of creative that Vince finds valid. He thinks that is going to work, and I think intentionally he's doing something different with SmackDown because he believes that works in a different way. That's all I can guess. I'm not inside WWE, so I don't know.
Yeah. Aaron also adds, I saw a lot of potential in Sonya. Promo was great. Yeah, she's awesome.
Oh man, no, she's fantastic.
She has improved leaps and bounds since being called up. Remember when we saw her under her real name at a house show here in Sacramento?
Yeah, Daria Baronato. Yeah, no, I thought she was great then. Dwayne Nix, after 2 crappy Raws in a row, he says he's actually attending next Monday's Raw in San Diego. Is SmackDown now considered the A show? Or maybe NXT? Like in your heart, what is the A show? To me, it's SmackDown.
Yeah, SmackDown, man.
Absolutely.
Totally SmackDown.
I would probably actually, like, instead of NXT, I'd probably watch SmackDown every week to week, man. There's just so much good talent there.
Oh, yeah.
James Fletcher. How high do you think Aleister Black's ceiling is while Vince is in charge? I think it's massive. I think it's universal or bust for Aleister Black.
Well, he's going to be on SmackDown.
Do we know that? Oh, because
they tend to keep the couples together.
Well, there's nothing to say that
couples.
They can't just bring Zelina over to
No, that's
Raw.
a possibility too. But then
I think probably where he goes is probably the priority.
Maybe.
And then where she goes is kind of secondary.
She is so well paired with Almas that I guess as long as Almas goes to Raw too, that'd be fine.
Man, I love Almas.
Oh, he's great. Outstanding. One of the best.
Let's see here. Slam Bam Macho Man. Who should the WWE book as a Suzuki-Gun type faction?
Oh, good question. Who's top curmudgeon in WWE? Right now it's Daniel Bryan. Bryan Goon.
Yeah, man. Here's the thing. I'm going to refrain from answering this question because I have some ideas for Steven Larson book Raw that I've talked to you a little bit about, but I've got some more ideas about them.
So I'll say Daniel Bryan, leader.
Good.
He brings Drew Gulak in to be his Zack Sabre-esque technical map-based guy. And then who would be his Taichi? Sounds a little more over the top.
Tyler Breeze. He'd be a good Taichi type.
Yeah, maybe.
Or Fandango.
I'd see Tyler Breeze more in that role.
Yeah.
And then we need a tag team, Kanemaru and El Desperado. Let's do the Revival.
Okay.
And then the Muscle, the Izuka.
Man, we need to get Revival over to SmackDown somehow.
Heck yeah, man.
Can we do anything about that?
No, we're powerless. Powerless.
I don't like your attitude, man. I think you need to have a more go-getter approach.
What, are we going to start a petition? They seem to think that'll work.
Revival did, yeah. Nemo says, do you think Asuka will get booed if she wins a TLC match? Nah, man. No. I think that crowd go ape. I think they love Asuka still.
Yeah, they do. No, I don't think.
The only person will get booed is Charlotte.
Yep.
If she wins that, she'll get booed. I might actually. Asuka might get a bigger cheer for winning the title than Becky retaining the title. Yeah, maybe. Because number one, people love change. They want to just cheer for a change.
How do you say that?
Pinche Chicano 1.
Yeah. My first super chat booked the first all-color commentator Royal Rumble or Battle Royal. Who starts at number 1 or 2? Who wins? So all-color commentator. So that would just be Corey Graves, Lawler, Taz, Heyman.
Royal Rumbler, wow. Well, here's the thing. Okay.
So not the play. Oh, Booker T.
Yeah, not play by. Oh, there's your winner.
Yeah, Booker T.
Booker T.
Kevin Jenkins. Daniel Bryan promo about pollution consumption had me crying laughing. What a time to be alive. Side note, props to R-Truth old school SmackDown shirt. Yeah, that was a great shirt.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, that whole thing was great.
Let's see here. This is a very long question. I'm trying to. So you do another one.
All right, King Drew. I'm buying the first fickle shirt that drops. I hope they don't make any new Daniel Bryan merch.
Me too. I agree with that.
And he could say, well, it's bad for the earth. All that printing, all the processing, all the
right,
you know,
yeah,
all that stuff is just bad. S8, would Raw be this bad if Roman was still there?
Yeah. Yes.
It wouldn't be great, but I'm curious how much of what's happening now is a result of having to change course because he had to leave. Like, do they have plans in place, more or less?
Here's the thing. Number one, I'm usually the one being scolded by you about talking about plans that WWE has. No, here's the thing. It's not the specifics, man. It's the approach.
Oh, yeah. But that's
the approach.
That's been an issue for a while, and yeah, I agree.
And I think that regardless, that was going to stink. Like, the Shield reunion was crap in the first place. Yeah, it really wasn't all that great.
No, it was garbage.
They would have lingered and lingered and lingered on that deal, on that Dean heel turn.
Yeah.
And then eventually we would have got it, and it would have been the crap we're going through right now.
True.
Which I think is hit or miss with Dean, to be honest with you.
No,
I don't think it's entirely miss.
Predominantly miss.
Let's see here. Rick Struve. While I totally agree that last week's Raw, he's giving us some historical perspective.
Gotcha.
As a self-proclaimed 48 plus years of being a wrestling fan. While I totally agree that last week's Raw was one of the worst shows I had seen in a very long time, I kind of believe that it looked much worse due to the social media society we currently exist in. If the same episode happened before the Insternets was around 20 years ago, I don't think many people would think twice about it one way or the other. Think of all the crap we went through over the decades. Much worse than the worst episode of any in the last decade. While WWE does need to work, perform, prepare at a much higher level than ever before, I think everyone is allowed to make a wet fart now and then. Just hope the smell doesn't linger too long. I mean, I remember it. It is an interesting question.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, everything in society, everything in pop culture these days is magnified.
Yeah, because everybody has a
taken to the extreme
avenue to sound off on it.
Right, exactly. Yeah. And people like to pile on top of that. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't remember Raw being as sort of boring and repetitive. I'm sure we can look at stuff. I mean, like 20 years ago we were in the thick of the Attitude Era.
Mm-hmm.
20 years ago, look, I know that the Attitude wasn't as great as some people like to think it was. It was pretty damn good week to week, like some of the stuff they were doing.
At least it was captivating TV. You had to tune in to see what was going to happen.
It was only 2 hours. They always had really good cliffhangers. Mm-hmm. You know, it wasn't all roses, but I mean, after that, after the invasion, 2005, I mean, I'm sure there were some stinkers, but
oh yeah,
I don't know, man. Like, boring is the worst wrestling you could possibly give us is boring.
Yeah.
And last week's Raw, with how repetitive it was, some of the most boring TV that we've seen in wrestling.
It's really boring.
So I don't know.
I'd rather have bad than boring.
Me too.
The worst is boring and bad.
Yeah, like bad can sometimes be amazing.
Yeah, at least be entertaining.
Let's see here. Greg Morris. Being that AJ and Nakamura and AJ Joe each lasted several months as feuds, how long do you see AJ Daniel Bryan lasting?
Maybe till the Rumble.
Yeah, I'd say probably till the Rumble. That sounds right.
Yeah. Becky is best. That tree is undisputed and real. P.S. Mr. Very Cool.
Oh, man. Mr. Very Cool's the best. That tree. Oh, this tree right here. We need some ornaments.
We do. Well, we have Adam Cole.
Y'all want to send? Well, he's the angel on top.
The tree topper, yeah.
Well, no, the angel. That's what usually is supposed to go on top of a tree is an angel.
Or a star.
A star or an angel. We have the best of both.
He has both, yeah.
He is both angel and star.
Yes, he's a star angel.
Star angel. But if y'all want to send us some
ornaments,
P.O. Box 1814, Orangevale, California 95662. Do we have trivia cards?
Oh, I'll go get them. They're over there.
I'll keep on reading some questions.
Yeah, do a couple more questions.
Horton, here's a new writer, has a very silly question. How much of the WWE roster do you think watches shows like yours, Wrestle Talk and Cultaholic? Who would you want to watch going in Raw? I really doubt they do that. I don't think that they would. I don't think anybody watches this show.
They probably have neither the time nor the desire to listen to wrestling podcasts.
More wrestlers, I will guarantee this, more wrestlers know us from 10 for the Win.
Yeah.
Because so many of them are gamers.
Though, if I had to pick one, I think it'd be great if Big E listened to the show.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Well, the entirety of the New Day.
Yeah, that'd be good.
I think that'd be great. All right, your category. Oh, wow. This isn't that bad. 10 tallest wrestlers compete in WWE.
Giant Gonzalez.
Yes.
Great Khali.
Yes.
I'm just going to throw see how far off the mark. Diesel.
No.
What? Nash isn't one of the tallest?
No.
Oh, Andre.
Yeah.
Nash isn't up there. Huh? Oh, shit. I'll try another big man. Kane.
Yeah.
Okay. Undertaker?
Yeah.
Diesel's not there?
No.
He's not as tall as Undertaker, really? Oh, Big Show.
Yes.
Okay.
You should get...
I'll be honest, man. I have 6 right now. I'm pretty happy with
maybe one more. You should be able to get one more, I think.
Okay. Gee willikers, I'm drawing a blank.
We have 3 guesses.
Braun?
No.
No? Primetime Brian Lee?
No.
That was
Get
a
one
waste. Sid?
No.
Okay, who?
You missed Silo Sam.
What?
Uncle Elmer. Kurgan.
What? Oh, okay.
And Big John Studd.
Oh, I was going to say Stud. Okay, well, what a bummer.
6 is good.
Okay.
Tucker Mitchell says, first time live, quit my oil field job. So happy. Oh, oil field work seems like it'd be rough.
Okay, so not only is this boring, it's difficult.
Give it to me, because I don't want to walk all the way over there and get another card. I'll just fire some answers off.
I don't know. You're actually really good with it. Maybe we'll see.
What is it?
WrestleMania 20 through 29 venues.
Well, that's very specific.
Yeah, I know. And it's also boring.
20... 21 through 29, you said?
20 through 20.
No, here. No, I want...
I really don't want to do it.
WrestleMania 23 through 20. That doesn't seem like 10. 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29.
This one's perfect. Listen.
That's only 7.
This one's perfect.
Okay.
Listen.
Okay.
I got a new one.
All right.
This one's perfect.
All right.
The 10 shortest WWE
that
champions ever. So not just the 10 shortest people, but 10 shortest champions. Yeah.
All right. Daniel Bryan.
Yes.
No, I do that one.
No.
You get the wrong one.
Yes.
Shawn Michaels.
No.
Bret Hart.
No.
Wow.
Oh, wow. One of these is surprising. Wait a second. How tall is Shawn Michaels?
He's like 6'2".
Oh.
Maybe 6 foot.
Okay.
Maybe 6 foot. Why?
He's probably not 6 feet. That's the tallest on here is 6 feet. So he's probably 6'1" or 6'2".
Okay.
I would just peg him as like 5'11", to be honest with you, but it's not.
Is it just WB champions or any WB, like World Heavyweight champions included?
WWE.
Okay.
Whoa, no. So that's WWE. That is not WWE. So I think Big Gold Belt while was in WWE too.
Dolph.
Yeah.
So he's 5'11".
Yeah. This says he's 6 feet, but whatever.
Oh, there's actually heights on there. Yeah. I'm guessing it's not as up to date to include Finn with the Universal title.
Correct.
No. This is the shortest. They're the tallest, so they're 6 feet.
Tallest is 6 feet.
Jeez.
Yeah, it definitely includes a Big Gold Belt.
Okay. Kurt Angle?
No.
Rock was too tall. Stone Cold was too tall. I think Jeff Hardy's over 6 feet tall. Man, that's tough. It's very specific.
I'll just point this out. You can get a couple of them just by going through WCW's Cruiserweight division.
Oh, shoot. Eddie.
Yep.
Ray.
Yep.
Jericho.
Yeah.
Benoit.
Yep. Boy, it's kind of impressive. WCW's Cruiserweight division really came alive.
I know.
You have two more guesses.
Trying to go backwards a little bit. I don't know.
Buddy Rogers was 6 feet tall.
Oh, wow.
Ric Flair is 5'11", apparently. Wouldn't have guessed that one. This one is really surprising. Bruno was 5'10".
Interesting.
I think I might have heard that.
Yeah.
And then Pedro Morales, he's 5'10" also.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, that was an interesting one.
Yeah.
Here's the venues for WrestleMania.
You said 23 through 29?
20 through 29.
Oh,
Madison
20
Square-
through 29. I think he said 23. I could have got a couple of those because we had Madison Square Garden.
That was so boring.
Staples Center, the University of Phoenix Stadium in Glendale, Arizona.
See, all these are boring.
28, Miami, MetLife Stadium in New York. Gosh, where was the one, the stupid Trump one? Houston. That was in Houston, I think.
Planet Houston. Here you go. You can just look at that.
All right, that's
Anyways, so patrons, $5 and up. We're going to do chat trivia coming up in about 10 minutes for our post show. So stay tuned for that. One lucky friendo's going to win a drawing. Like a literal drawing from me or Larson. Now we're giving them the option. It can either be a Steve drawing or a Larson drawing. Who will be the first person to request a Larson drawing?
If you want real art, go with Steve, though.
It might be today. Oh, no. I've seen some of your drawings from college. They're fantastic.
Those took forever.
Those are great. Anyways, that's it for the show. Thanks so much, everybody, for tuning in. We really appreciate it. Until next time, we'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.